Did you know that over 98% of Fortune 500 companies use applicant tracking systems, or ATS, to help process their job applications? Companies do this because they get a lot of resumes, and applicant tracking systems help them quickly sort and prioritize them. The system uses matching algorithms to pull out the candidates with the right skills and experiences for the job. So why does that matter to you as an applicant? If you are applying to large companies, your resume is most likely being scanned initially by an ATS. You want to make sure that your resume is ATS friendly so it makes it through the initial screening. Here's how you can do that. First of all, remember that your format matters. Use standard sections. The ATS will be looking for these 4 basic sections in your resume: contact information, education, experience, skills. Of the 4, the biggest category will be that third one, experience. You can divide your experience section up into multiple categories. Some common examples include work experience, volunteer experience, or leadership experience. Just be sure to keep that experience keyword in the section heading. Outside of the 4 standard sections, a summary statement is an optional section to consider. When applying through an ATS, the system will craft one for you if you don't include one, so it can be beneficial to include one yourself so you control the narrative. In addition to section headings, there are other important formatting guidelines to follow to make sure that the system can read your resume. First, keep your resume in a reverse chronological format. Each section should begin with the most recent experience. You also want to keep your resume in a single column. Multiple columns are not read by the system. It's also important to keep your resume simple. Lines, graphics, text boxes, and non-standard fonts do not do well in an ATS. Instead, use bolding, italics, underlines, and bullets to create a simple and easy-to-read document. Now let's talk about your content. Most importantly, you need to remember that an ATS is looking for resumes that match the job description, so tailoring your resume to the position is key. Review the job description and identify keywords. Look at your resume and find ways to mirror some of those keywords from the job description. Your word choices should be specific and match the job posting. For example, don't just list Excel if the job posting explicitly mentions pivot tables. Another important tip is to quantify within your bullet points. The system will look for numbers with a symbol. For example, $4,000, 10%. Make sure to include these when relevant. One final tip about your content. Be careful with abbreviations. The system doesn't always pick them up right. If it's a non-standard abbreviation, especially if it's specific to U of M, you're better off writing out the full text. If it is a standard abbreviation, for example BA for Bachelor of Arts, make sure you're careful to include periods in the right spots so the system picks this up as a degree. Finally, consider how you save your file. Most systems will let you upload a Microsoft Word document and/or a PDF. If you upload a PDF, make sure it's a text-based document and not an image-based document. This will make sure the ATS can parse out all the important information. Taking the time to check if your resume is ATS friendly is easy to do, and it's absolutely worth it to make sure you don't get caught up in the system.